Alright, welcome to my first Q&A. So I will link you all questions in the description so you can click where you want to go, and let's get into it. So my actual name is not Felu, it's Raffaele, and Felu is my nickname in South Italy, so all people that come from there call me Felu. So this is why this channel is called Felu. I'm 38 years old and I live currently in Germany in a city called Stuttgart. And I'm not an actual chef. I actually studied information technology, and I also work in the IT department in a pretty big company here in South Germany. However, 2 years ago when this whole pandemic started, I used my time at home and I actually did a personal trainer and a nutrition license. And this is also the reason why I combined fitness and cooking, which is my number one passion that I have, in this channel. So I actually lost a lot of weight twice in my life. Once in my early 20s, I was at 95 kilograms, which is around 210 pounds. And that's quite a lot because I'm only 174, which is 5'9". And the first time I lost weight, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I did low carb diet, keto diet. I was a vegan for a year. I did paleo. I did actually everything, but it worked. I lost a lot of weight, but also over a long period of time, I gained everything back and more. And the second time when I lost weight again was around 3 years ago, when I really started to figure out this whole macro thing, and I started to read a lot of studies and research a lot of things on my own. And this is where I figured out everything about high protein diets. What are carbohydrates? Are they actually that bad? What is this whole healthy and unhealthy fats? Is this even a thing? And slowly but surely, I figured out a diet that works for me, that I know I can stick to for the rest of my life. The first person that taught me cooking was my mother when I was 16 years old. I used to go to the kitchen every Sunday. My mother cooks a huge meal for the entire family, and I went watching her how she's doing it, and she taught me the first things like pasta, pizza, how to make a tomato sauce. And this is how I got into cooking. And right from the beginning, I had so much fun doing it. And this is why I also love having this channel, because cooking is like by far my number one passion over everything. I love doing that. And this is why I also have so much fun doing these recipes. And also, I think there are not a lot of people that make this like unusual diet food in a healthy way. And this is what I kind of try to focus on, showing people that you can make fun food healthy just with small tweaks here and there. So training wise, I'm still doing my push-pull legs workout with cardio pretty much every day. I take a rest day when I feel I have to, but it doesn't happen too often, to be honest. So I work out pretty much every day. I just don't go complete crazy hardcore every training session. This is not what I'm doing, but hey. YouTube wise, because I don't do this full time, I'm actually doing videos on my weekends and on my weeknights. I don't know, maybe I could do this full time at some point, but to be honest, as a food tuber that makes short form content like I am, you don't earn a lot of money. But that's okay, I mean, whatever. But right now, we'll keep focusing on recipes. Maybe I will do some training videos if people want to watch that. But the next thing that I would love doing is live streams. So if you would like to join a live stream with me, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to see if people would like to hang out with me in a live stream. No, because I actually eat them, and I don't eat them every day. One of my favorites, which is carbonara or a pizza or a burger. The only thing that I do is if I know that I'm going to eat a little bit more in the day, I eat a little bit less for breakfast and for lunch, and that's it. And if it's something that is not planned, I don't know, maybe a friend calls me in the evening and says, hey, let's go get a burger. I go eat a burger. It's just that in the next day, I eat a little bit less. And that's how I kind of try to balance it. And I don't see this as cheat meals. I actually don't like the phrase cheat meals. Even healthy food is not something that I like. The only reason I call my foods healthy, like recipe, is because I know people will click it. But I hope that after making 150 videos, and this is the entire point of my channel, is that people see, hey, everything can be healthy. This is the reason why I make so much variety, because I want people to understand every food can be made healthy in the right context. Because healthy is not really about the food only, it's about context. Is eating an apple still healthy if you overate on the calories for the day? Probably not. Or is like eating a cheesecake unhealthy if you still have the macros left for the day and you hit all the micronutrients? I don't think so. So this is why it's all about context. First of all, I would really start tracking calories. I think it's a huge eye-opener if people see how many calories they actually are eating. And this doesn't happen if you don't track and weigh your food. Do it for a week, see how it goes. It will be like kind of annoying in the beginning, but you will get used to it. So try to weigh your food, try to track the calories. And I bet a lot of people that do this for the first time, they will think, oh yeah, I eat around 2,000 calories, and then they track their macros and all of a sudden it's like 4,500 or something crazy. This happens all the time. So this is something I think is very important, tracking your food, so you have an understanding, hey, how do calories actually work? And this will also help you if you go out into a restaurant. To kind of eyeball, hey, okay, this is something like 900 calories or whatever. Number 2 is monitoring. I know this will sound a bit crazy, but I believe that you should weigh yourself every single day. First thing in the morning, you go to the bathroom and you go on the scale and write that down, knowing that your weight fluctuates, meaning you can have more food in your system, or you can still have water weight from the day before because you had a high carbohydrate meal in the evening. So this is important to understand. You can have a really great day. You worked out, you had nice meals the entire day, you hit your macronutrients. The next day you go on the scale and all of a sudden you weigh more than before. And you think, man, that sucks. But that's normal, that's water weight. You have to wait until a week or 10 days. And I would take the average weight after 7 days, and this is what I would write down. And if the average rate doesn't go down, well, then you have to look for your calorie intake or move a little bit more. And the third step, I would try to eat a lean source of protein in every meal. I would try to eat vegetables in all savory dishes and fruits in all sweet dishes that I eat. I would stick to lean cuts of meat like chicken breast, turkey breast, sirloin. Minimize the amount of processed food that you eat, but don't cut it out completely. I personally have a 80-20 approach to my food. Like, I eat processed foods. I also eat sugar, but I don't go crazy on them. I know that it's not the best thing to eat because it's not satiating. And this is why I try to minimize this, but I never cut it out. And please, unless you have some like medical condition, please stop cutting out carbohydrates. Please stop cutting out fruit. This is not 1980 anymore. You don't need to cut out carbohydrate. Most people don't even know what a carbohydrate is. It's like this is the worst thing of all. Most people tell me, yeah, I don't eat carbohydrates. Oh, really? So you know that vegetables are carbohydrate and some have more sugar than fruit? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, of course I didn't know, because nobody knows. If you think that you can stick to a low carb diet better than to a diet with carbohydrates, well, then that's great. But most people can't, and you don't have to. You just have to be not stupid about it, right? Yeah, if you eat like 600 grams of bread a day, well, then you might have a problem, yeah. And also, look that you cook your own food. You would be surprised how many more calories restaurants add to their food, because they don't care about making it healthy. That's not their job. Their job is to make it taste good. The reason why spinach is so tasty in a steakhouse is because they add a ton of butter and oil. And this is basically with everything. If you eat, for example, a grilled chicken with a baked potato, a lot of people would consider this a clean meal, right? Meanwhile, the chef in the kitchen brushes both with butter because then it tastes better. And lastly, nobody's perfect. We all do mistakes. You will screw up at some point. It will happen. It doesn't matter. Just the next day, wake up and who cares, right? Keep going. You have to stay in the game. I'm actually currently writing a cookbook. I have already around 90 recipes written down. I will write another, I would say 50 into it, and then I will wrap it up, publish it. And what I'm planning doing is to have an ebook that constantly grows. So you pay it once, and then for the rest of your life, you have access to every update that I push in this book, because I have so many more recipes that I would like to implement, but I can't, because then I will write this book forever, and at some point I have to like wrap it up and sell it. I think I need another 2 months or something, because I also try to revisit my older recipes and tweak them with things that I know today. I'm gonna be honest, in the last 12 months, I learned a lot, especially in terms of food science and how to cook things properly. So this is why my older recipes are getting a little bit of a change. Every recipe that has a video will have a hyperlink on that page. So you can choose, okay, you read directions and you think, hey, what's this? I don't understand anything. You can click on that hyperlink and it immediately sends you to the YouTube video, and you can watch the video and decide, and then you see, hey, okay, I understand, now I can make this food. But I will also have pictures. The pictures will not like be cinematic, super crisp. I cannot afford making this hyper realistic pictures. I can't. But I will make regular pictures from the food, how it looks in the real world. Maybe it's even more useful. How much do I spend? A lot. I actually don't even know how much, but I spend a lot of money on groceries because, first of all, Germany is not like super cheap. And second, I'm constantly trying new recipes, trying new things out, new sauces, whatever. And this is why I have to spend a lot more money than usual. I don't know, maybe 250 euros a week, probably something like that. I don't know why I should, to be honest. I'm not trying to gain the most amount of muscle I can. I like staying this lean, I feel good, my blood work is good, so as long as it keeps that way, why changing everything, right? And also, but I wish it wouldn't be like that, but let's be honest, that's just reality. My channel is about recipes for people that primarily want to lose weight. And it helps if the guy that tells you this will help you is lean himself. It's just what it is, like, let's be honest. That's why in social media, in the fitness world, people with the most followers are the guys or girls that have the most insane bodies. That's how this works. So this is also a reason why I don't want to bulk up, to be perfectly honest. So I watch a ton of cooking YouTubers and also fitness YouTubers. I mean, you know them all because I have my analytics. I see that you basically watch the same as me, like Greg Doucette, or like Adam Ragusea, Ethan Chabowski, Brian Lagerstrom, Will Tennyson, and so on. These are people that I watch myself. And on top of that, I like watching science channels. So I eat sweeteners a lot, and I'm already making a video about sweeteners, especially artificial sweeteners, because I think there's a little bit of a misconception here. And artificial sweeteners, if you eat too much of it, it can be bad. But for example, the FDA has a safe amount of aspartame you can eat on a daily basis, and it's 40 milligram per kilogram body weight per day. This means I weigh 70 kilos. I could eat 2.8 grams of aspartame per day. This is, I think, 16 cans of Diet Coke. And this is still the safe amount. That doesn't mean that after that it becomes bad. It means that you can eat safely you can drink safely 16 cans of Diet Coke, according to the FDA. So people that think that this is somehow, oh my God, this is so bad, it's not that bad, okay? As long, again, you don't go crazy, it's not that bad. You can have artificial sweetness. I would even argue that going from regular Coke to Diet Coke is better than from regular Coke to water only. Because Diet Coke is water with sweetener in it. Like, that's what Diet Coke is. And in terms of stopping your craving about sweet stuff, it can help. It can. Chicken, rice, and vegetables in all kinds of different variations. And so many times I go to my kitchen, I take my pan and I make a stir fry with chicken, vegetables, and rice with sometimes the curry sauce, something with gochujang, with coconut. This is something I eat a lot. The next one I do a lot is a burrito, just because it's like easy. And the last thing is my protein overnight oats. If you've never tried it, I have a video. Please try it once. I really think this is the best oatmeal on the planet. I really believe that. My current maintenance macros are around 2700-ish calories, and I eat around 180 to 200 grams of protein. And I have no idea how much sodium I eat. I don't know what's the thing with this whole sodium. Under every video, there are a couple of people that want to know sodium. This is bad because of sodium. I drink 3 or 4 liters of water. Also, I eat a lot of fruit. Like, I'm hydrated. What's the issue with this whole sodium thing? I don't understand. I cook pretty much every single day because, again, I love doing that. But also, I don't spend a lot of time making meals. It's also why my recipes are like, 15 to 20 minutes? This is why I can afford to cook every day, because it doesn't need a lot of time for me. And I'm also quite experienced in the kitchen. Not in terms of like I'm like the best or whatever, but I know how this things works. Even though a lot of people laugh about my knife skills. But yeah. There's a couple of things. I always have skyr, always. Chicken breast, apples and bananas, I always have that. Whole eggs, protein powder, and all kinds of vegetables. This is always in my kitchen. the same way as when I'm not in vacation. Because of my YouTube channel, I know a lot of macro content of all kinds of foods. So this is why on vacation I don't track my food, but I kind of can eyeball it. So this is why I personally don't have a problem. And after some time, once you understand how calories and macros work, it's kind of easy to eyeball everything you eat. I don't plan on making a supplement video for a simple reason. I just take 2 supplements. It's creatine and it's fish oil. And that's it. And protein powder if it's a supplement for you, but for me it's more an ingredient. Because I made a video actually about protein powder and what it is, and protein powder is milk. So I have constantly an eye for recipes. Always. No matter where I go, I always look at the menu card of restaurants. My entire YouTube channel is filled with recipes, so every time you see something, I write it down in my OneNote. And then I pick a recipe that I think, hey, this might be fun. At first I research it on the internet, hey, 5, 6, 7 recipes, how does this generally work? Then I change it to my personal needs with I try to reduce calories and swap out certain things. Then I try it once or twice, and then I make the video. I know one of my viewers want to see a protein cookie recipe, but I don't know. I think there are like literally 5,000 of them on YouTube. Maybe at some point, I don't know. We will see. So guys, thank you again. I have 100,000 subscribers. You have no idea how this feels. It's crazy. It's really crazy. 8 weeks ago, I had 5K subscribers. It was a grind. It really was a grind. So once again, thank you very much. My next 2 videos will be up in a couple of days. It will be again a meal prep video and something with cornmeal. So see you there.